For those curious what I do for a living, how does this guy stay at home and work on printers all the time? I'm a kept man. And if you don't know what that means, it's probably because I'm old and you're not. It means I'm really good at one thing. Making props! No, not really. I'm not really good at that either. I am. My wife likes to say retired. She retired me because of some medical issues, and so now I stay at home and I make props and work on my printers. That's why I have an Etsy store. For those of you curious, is it a viable business to make good money at? I can help pay the bills, but I do not make enough money at this to make it a viable business. I would actually make more money working at McDonald's and flipping burgers than I do even making props. People just, they don't pay enough for making props. It's I enjoy making props, and when I'm not working on my printers, like today, where my printers are actually knocking out prints really well, this is what I like to fill in my time with. This is a customer order. I put on Instagram a few months back that I was making a battle axe for a Mandalorian cosplay costume, and somebody said, "Hey, can I buy that?" And I was like, everything's for sale. So I didn't even get it finished before somebody wanted to buy it from me. But it's basically a double-sided battle axe that I am making for a customer. Another customer saw it and said, "Hey, I would love to have hand blades made out of the same thing." So I've got that customer's order to finish. So I appreciate those customers being super patient with me, because this all started before Christmas rush, and the Christmas rush just overtook me. I had multiple printers failing at the same time, and it was just a nightmare. So I appreciate you guys being patient with me as far as getting these handmade props done for you. But this is what I do when I'm not fixing my printers. This is basically what I do. I sit in my garage, and I used to smoke cigars. I don't do that as much as I used to, but I sit in my garage and I make props for customers. Maybe one day, my wife and I have talked about getting on disability with all my issues. I don't know if disability would be a good way to go, just because of I'm able to make as much as I can now as I would probably make on disability. So at least this way I have a freedom to do stuff. But this is what I do. I make props. I have helmets, mostly Star Wars related. Ironically, when I got into this, I really wanted to make a Halo Master Chief cosplay setup. That was actually my initial goal and intent in this whole thing. And instead of doing that, I ended up getting into Star Wars and making Star Wars stuff. So it was kind of funny. Some of you that have watched some of my other videos, I have a pretty nice collection of Funko Pop Star Wars stuff. So I'm slowly switching from Funko Pop Star Wars in my office to actual Star Wars type props. But in the meantime, I'm trying to finish customers' orders. So that's what I do for a living. I'm gonna probably go live on Instagram later today and talk with people. I haven't done that in a while. I used to love doing that. If you're looking for me on Instagram, I have an Outer Rim Armorer Instagram page, but majority of the time I'm on my personal page, which is Extreme 4x4 Dude. I started Extreme 4x4 Dude years ago when I started my Extreme 4x4 Nation business. So I started a marketing business years ago, and it's kind of dwindled a little bit. I haven't really focused on it like I should. I've actually thought about selling it just because I don't use it as much, but Extreme 4x4 Nation is my 4x4 business. But check me out on Instagram, Extreme 4x4 Dude. I'm also on TikTok, but I'll be doing a live on Instagram. I might still also jump on TikTok and do a live because I haven't done one in a while. But I appreciate all you guys watching the videos that I post, and if you do have questions about anything, those lives would probably be a good time to just say, hey, you know, I got a question about this, I got a question about that. You know, right now my printers are printing really well, so you know, I'm not gonna I'm not gonna be in a bad mood to bash any of them. So it'd be a good time to ask questions. But that being said, that's part of the battle axe. This is one that I've already sanded and prepped, and I'm finishing by adding some Bondo glaze. That's what the red stuff is. It's a Bondo spot putty glaze. But it, you know, what I normally do, and you probably could see it on here. I actually use UV tough resin from Anycubic, and I coat everything with UV tough resin, and I cure it with a UV light. And then after doing that, I tend to touch everything up with Bondo glaze after that. That's just, I find that the UV resin to be a better way to go for coating and curing and strengthening prints. It's just, Bondo glaze isn't bad, but if you have any cracks or any, you know, layer separation, even if you can't see it with the naked eye, you know, Bondo glaze will eventually dry and fill that, or not fill those cracks, but dry and expose those cracks even after the print. I've had that happen a few times where I sanded and spent, I mean, a ton of time trying to get a print to look just damn near perfect. And then after it all dried and cured, and, you know, a month later, I looked at it and went, where the hell did all these cracks come from? Is because the Bondo glaze didn't seal everything like UV resin does. So, and there's a specific reason I use UV tough resin. It's because I have tried some other cheaper brands that they just don't quite cure all the way, and they leave kind of a sticky residue on your print, and that's kind of a pain in the butt. You end up having to sand and gunk up your sandpaper, or the other alternative is to use like a rubbing alcohol to get it off, and it's another step that it kind of sucks. So I use UV tough resin. It works the best so far from what I've seen. I'm all ears if someone's got a better option. I've also used epoxy. The only reason why I don't like epoxy is because it takes longer to cure. You have to leave it basically overnight, and it takes a while. So you can use UV resin, you can cure it, and then be back to sanding it in a half hour or less. So, you know, that's the reason I use UV resin over something like epoxy. But you know, epoxy is good for like filling stuff. I've made epoxy river tables and that sort of thing, but you know, it's not my favorite thing to do. So, but anyway, thanks for watching this video. Like I said, if you want to check out my Instagram, I probably will be live later today. You know, it's Thursday, so you know, check out my Instagram, and I haven't really picked a time, but I'm guessing in a few hours maybe I'll be live. I tend to go live and stay live for a while, so I don't think I have anything else really going on today other than to make stuff for my customers. So, and I really need to get this stuff done for them because I feel really bad. Whew. This is really strong stuff. Whew. Should be wearing protection. Anyway, thanks for watching the video, guys. Like I said, if you have questions about anything, just you can comment on the video, or you can watch my live. And eventually, I hope to get big enough that on YouTube, that I can do live videos on YouTube. I don't think I'm that big yet. I've only got like 500 followers or 500 subscribers. So, and I don't have enough watch time. Oh, almost dropped it again. I don't think I have enough watch time, so I don't make any money or anything on Instagram or YouTube. I've actually been on YouTube for several years. I just never really got anywhere as far as getting viewers and that sort of thing. Surprisingly, it wasn't until I started making videos on how to fix my printers. So, and I only started doing that because I started feeling sorry for people that had all these questions on in the groups and that sort of thing. And I was like, well, heck, I've been there. I was a noob. So, you know, you feel bad about having to ask questions and you want to Google something, but you can't find the answer. So I said, screw it. I'm just going to make a video. If you're curious what this is going to look like when I'm done glazing it, this is another one. So, backside. Crap, I'm already up to almost 11 minutes. All right, guys. Sorry for my rambling. If you have been watching, thank you. Check out my live video hopefully today. Thanks again, guys.